Deep in the frozen forests of North America, there lurks a creature that feeds on human flesh. A malevolent monster born from insatiable greed, gnawing hunger, and unspeakable evil. Tonight, we uncover the terrifying and ancient legend of the Wendigo. The Wendigo is more than just a campfire story. It's the chilling feeling that settles over you when the flames die down to glowing embers, and the vast, silent darkness of the forest presses in. It's the snap of a twig just beyond the light, the sudden primal certainty that you are not alone, that you are being watched by something ancient and malevolent. This isn't a tale spun for a cheap thrill. It's a whisper carried on the winter wind, a warning that has echoed through the northern woods for generations, a story with the weight of truth and the cold touch of fear. For centuries, the Algonquian-speaking peoples of the Great Lakes and the subarctic regions of Canada have spoken of this terrifying entity. Their oral traditions, passed down from elder to child, are not mere folklore. They are a vital part of a worldview that understands the delicate balance between humanity and the unforgiving wilderness. In these stories, the Wendigo is a creature born of desperation, a physical manifestation of the harshest winters when food is scarce and survival pushes people to the brink. It stalks the vast, lonely forests, an ever-present specter of famine and the ultimate taboo, consuming the flesh of another human. It is said to be a spirit of insatiable hunger, but this is no ordinary craving. It is a gnawing spiritual void, an eternal famine of the soul that can never be filled. The more it consumes, the larger and more emaciated it becomes, its hunger growing with every victim. This hunger is a sickness, a malevolent influence that can infect the human heart, whispering promises of survival in exchange for one's humanity. It represents the corrupting power of greed and excess, a warning that to take more than you need is to invite a monstrous emptiness into yourself. And the most terrifying part of the legend is that this beast was once human. A hunter lost in a blizzard, a starving family member, or a person overcome by greed could fall prey to the Wendigo spirit. The transformation is a slow, horrifying decay. The humanity drains away, replaced by a cold, calculating cunning. The body withers, becoming a gaunt, skeletal figure, impossibly tall, with skin stretched tight over bone. Its eyes glow with a cold, dead light, and its hands twist into razor-sharp claws. It becomes something unrecognizable, a horrifying echo of the person it used to be, now cursed to wander the wilderness forever, driven by a hunger that will never end. In the vast frozen forests of the Great Lakes and the North Atlantic coast, where the winter winds howl like a hungry wolf, the Algonquian-speaking peoples have passed down a chilling story for generations. This is not a simple ghost story told for a cheap thrill. It is a profound cautionary tale, born from the very real and terrifying threat of starvation in a land of brutal, unforgiving winters. This is the origin of the Wendigo. Imagine the desperation. A family, isolated by impassable snowdrifts, their food stores long since depleted. The hunt has yielded nothing for weeks. The cold seeps into their bones, and a deeper, more terrifying chill follows, the gnawing emptiness of starvation. It is in this moment of ultimate despair, when the line between survival and monstrosity blurs, that the Wendigo is born. The legend states that a malevolent spirit, an embodiment of winter's icy heart, preys on the weakened will of the starving. It whispers promises of strength and survival, offering a single, horrific solution: to consume the flesh of another human being. To give in to this taboo, to commit this ultimate act of betrayal against one's own kind, is to invite the curse. The transformation is said to be agonizing. The first taste of human flesh doesn't satisfy the hunger. It ignites an insatiable, burning craving that can never be quenched. The person's heart is said to turn to a shard of ice. Their body begins to contort, stretching to a terrifying skeletal height. Their skin pulls taut over their bones, gray and death-like. Their eyes glow with a cold, malevolent light, and their lips, torn and bloody from chewing them away in their ravenous frenzy, reveal long, jagged teeth. They are no longer human. Their memories, their love for family, their very soul, all are devoured by the monstrous hunger. They have become a Wendigo. But the storytellers and elders who passed this legend around the warmth of a crackling fire knew the Wendigo represented more than just the horrors of cannibalism. The creature's insatiable appetite was a powerful metaphor. It served as a stark warning against any form of excess. It was a lesson about the dangers of individual greed consuming the well-being of the community, of selfishness destroying the bonds of kinship, and of allowing evil desires to fester in the heart. The Wendigo is the ultimate consequence of putting one's own ravenous wants above all else, a terrifying symbol of what happens when humanity is lost to an endless, all-consuming hunger. Descriptions of the Wendigo have shifted through centuries of oral tradition, but a core, terrifying image remains. Sift through the countless tales, the hushed warnings of elders, and the chilling accounts of survivors, and a consistent portrait emerges. It is a creature born of winter, famine, and forbidden acts, and its physical form is a grotesque reflection of its corrupt soul. The Wendigo is impossibly tall and thin, its skeletal frame stretching up to 15 feet. A gaunt silhouette against the moonlit trees. Its bones press against its gray, rotting skin, which is pulled so tightly it seems ready to tear. This is the ashen color of frostbite and decay, a canvas of its endless, restless wandering. This profound emaciation isn't a sign of weakness, but a terrifying paradox, a physical manifestation of its bottomless spiritual hunger. Its eyes, sunk deep within its skull, glow with a deathly light, a sickly phosphorescent gleam like embers from a dying fire, burning with a malevolent intelligence and an all-consuming need. To meet the gaze of the Wendigo is to understand you are no longer seen as a person, but merely as meat. Its voice is said to mimic human cries, luring travelers into the woods, but it is far more insidious than that. It can perfectly replicate the voice of a loved one, a child crying for its mother, a lost friend calling your name, preying on compassion to draw you into its trap. Beyond this cruel deception, it possesses unnatural speed and strength, moving silently through the dense forest before striking with overwhelming force. It is a tireless pursuer, immune to the harshest elements. The true horror of the Wendigo, however, is not in its claws or its speed, but in the curse that defines its very existence. With every victim it consumes, the creature grows larger, and in turn, its hunger grows ever more ravenous. It is a vicious, escalating cycle of gluttony and starvation. This is not a physical appetite, but a spiritual void, a gnawing emptiness that can never be filled. It is cursed with eternal hunger. In the 1800s, reports spread across Canada of Wendigo sightings. Hunters vanished. Camps were found abandoned, with claw marks torn into the trees. There are even documented medical cases of Wendigo psychosis, a supposed mental condition where people became convinced they were transforming into this monster, craving human flesh. Today, the Wendigo lives on in horror movies, TV shows, and video games. From Supernatural to Until Dawn, this monster continues to terrify new generations. But the question remains, was the Wendigo only a legend? Or is there something still lurking in the woods, waiting for the next lost soul to wander too far? So tell me, do you believe the Wendigo is just folklore? Or could the most terrifying monster in America still be out there, hiding in the shadows? Remember, the next time you hear a strange voice calling your name in the woods, don't answer.